Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. Had to play around with some things because blink mode isn't working, unfortunately, so I was originally just going to do a blink mode video, but today we're actually going to use GeoFilter to apply the checkerboard as well as grayscale to the image, so that's what I'll be playing with. You guys will see when I jump in here, but I know it's a little bit different from blink mode, probably a bit easier, although grayscale does make it a bit hard. In my opinion, I've done a couple of games of testing, and it didn't go that well. As you guys can see, we did lose that last game there. But we're going to try our best here. Hopefully I can give you guys just as entertaining of a video as blink mode, but we're going to have to settle for this until blink mode is ultimately fixed. Because, yeah, I don't know. I installed the latest script. It wasn't working for me, basically. And, yeah, it was kind of tough. Because I would have to refresh and then hit the rejoin and then it would work. But then also it didn't reveal the image after, I guess, like blink mode usually does with the new Duels AI. So yeah, that was kind of tough, but we're going to try our best to give you guys an entertaining video here in grayscale and checkerboard. As you guys can see, I can't really see the car, so one of the main points, and just the grayscale makes it a bit harder for me to get the vibe. This one looks a bit more tropical, I guess. Hard to say. I think Colombia seems like a reasonable guess. So, yeah, obviously, if you know me, I do use stuff like car color, copyright, that kind of stuff. It's a bit harder to grasp, I think, in grayscale with the checkerboard not showing the car, so should be interesting. Can only really see half the screen here. And it ends up being Philippines there, so probably missed something huge there. But yeah, once again, we're playing with no car and on the checkerboard, so we'll see how this goes. It might be maybe theoretically harder than blink mode. I can't lie to you, because you only see this and this and this. This looks like Europe, of course, but it is a bit hard to say where exactly. I think Bulgaria seems quite reasonable. It does end up being Bulgaria, so that's nice. You can still get some good guesses down, just kind of based off of vibes, I guess. Because obviously you won't see the car, which can rule out a lot of different countries. It's hard for me to tell the gen as well in some of these. Short played here on the Fiat, so I am thinking Italy, of course, but where in Italy, I have no clue. I'm just going to put it in Po Valley. Was northeast of Venice there. 24 points of damage to our opponent, and we'll hop into round 4. It is nice when you get a little clue like that, but I feel like on most of these you won't really see too much. Like on this one, this is a bit hard. We do have a interesting palm here. Thinking Brazil probably with this palm tree. It does require me to work a bit more on vegetation guessing, of course. And the grayscale makes it hard for me to get an actual feel of the location. Kenya also came to mind, but I don't know. You can see a little bit of the blur. I don't know if it really fits. I'm going to try Maranya here. It does end up just being Sao Paulo, so that is a lot of damage. We're not dead. We're on 47 HP, but yeah, after you go Colombia on the Philippines, it is a bit tough. Round 5. In France-style poll there. Probably not Spain, judging by what's happening here. Thinking just maybe middle, maybe a middle north. So I'm going to send it. We'll see where it is. This could be south. We are playing against a French player as well, so they might be able to out-region guess us on this one. We might lose, but we'll see. And yeah, it ends up being a Western, and that's going to be GG. So we do lose our first game there. I kind of want to check out the Philly location and see if we miss, like, white car there or something like that. Let's take a look on round 1. Yeah, just white car missed there. A little bit unfortunate, because Philly does make a lot of sense, but with this landscape, I can see the Colombia guess. Without car, though, it is a bit hard to get. All right, let's queue up again. We're going to try to fit in 5 duels into each episode, but maybe we'll do 4. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, looks like it's going to take a little bit, so I'll see you guys when I find an opponent here. All right, we get an opponent here, and it's DK, GeoDK on YouTube, so I guess shout out to GeoDK. We start off in Brazil here. Seems very dry, very sandy. Once again, it's a bit tough to get the vibes on vegetation. But I guess you go northeast here with the sandiness. Hopefully we're not completely trolling on this one. But we'll see where it is. It was actually in northern Tocantins there. Oh yeah, we lose 344 points. Hop into round 2. In, what is this? Bangladesh came to mind. I think that's what I'm going with, probably. Very flat fields. We got some banana plants. Yeah, it's hard to get a vibe when you can't see the middle of the... This is probably the most important part of the image, especially seeing down the road. Yeah, we do get that one, 76 points. And we'll hop into round 3. I don't know, let me know what you guys think is harder. Do you guys think it's harder to play like this, or do you guys think it's harder to play Blink? Very tough. I feel like once you've played enough Blink, I feel like it's not as bad as this, per se. Like, I have no clue here. No idea. Like, I can't even get a vibe for whether this is, like, tropical or not. So I'm just gonna go Italy here, and we'll see where it is. It was just Italy. Okay. Well, I mean, you can still do stuff like that, which I'm quite happy with. 783 points. Probably not the easiest round, anyway. But, yeah, we'll hop into round 4 now. In Oman, maybe? Hard to see what this blur is here. Really hope I'm not making a big oopsie, but Oman did come to mind with some of these very dry-looking mountains. It's also really hard to tell what gen you're in Grayscale. Yeah, I hope I'm not making a big mistake, but I think I'm just going Oman. But, I mean... Alright, it was just Mexico there. Okay. I guess that makes sense. We'll take a look at that one. We'll take a look at that one. And we hop into... Sometimes you get rounds like this where you get the very clear Argentinian license plate. It looks winter-ish coverage. I don't know. Trees kind of remind me of, like, western parts of the country. So do I just drop it in La Rioja or something? Sure, why not? Kind of reminds me of San Juan, Mendoza, but can we commit all the way there? We could have picked up some points, but we pick up points nonetheless, and I'll take it. We'll hop into round 6, 2x damage. Vibes, I feel like, you know... Alright, this is Mongolia, I think. As for where? Really not sure. It is winter, I guess. So I guess you just click Ulan, or Darkon or something. It was just around Ulan in Baganur. Pick up some more points for that, though. And we'll hop into round 7, 2.5. You really have to use vegetation on some of these. This, I guess, is probably low cam, some would say. Seems pretty tropical as well, so I'm thinking, like, maybe Miyakojima or, like, Okinawa or something. We'll just hedge Okinawa. It was Amami Oshima, and, yeah, we pick up the win there. So, I'll take that. A good win on the grayscale. Shows that you can still win, of course, but it is, like, a little bit difficult, which is the round that I wanted to look at, this Mexico round. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Couldn't really tell what the car blur was doing. I guess you would technically see a bigger blur in Oman, and it would probably extend beyond the checkerboard stuff, but it happens. All right, well, we'll queue up again, and I'll see you guys. Nope, we get geoDK once again, so good luck to them. We can get some more ELO if we do win this game. Looks like India here. We do have some Hindi on the left. Thinking of just clicking in North Madhya Pradesh, and it just ends up being, yeah, it is Madhya Pradesh, actually, so we do get the state, which is nice, and we pick up about 427 points, which we'll take. Round 2. Into what I thought was Argentina, very flat-looking grasslands. I think the poles kind of remind me of Argentina as well. Am I going something like SDE here? Maybe makes sense. It was SDE, and we get the road. Well, it's an off-road, but technically they are slightly closer, though. So we do get the province, but we don't get the points. Round 3. In... Ooh, what's this, then? Why is nothing immediately springing to mind on this one? I'm a bit concerned because we're probably missing a crucial piece of info with the car or something like that. Yeah, it would help if I could have antenna here, but I don't really know what I'm looking at here, guys. And it's hard to get it just based off, like, we're obviously coastal, we got the beach right there. Where am I going? Smokestack is a bit weird. I don't think it's Black Sea. It looks a bit more tropical than that. So am I thinking of just going, like, Ecuador, maybe? I'll try it. I don't really have a better guess than that. I kind of wish this script would go away once you guess, but it's obviously not optimized for Duels, so a bit hard to do. I'm probably missing something major here, and it's just not coming to mind. It was actually just Colombia, so we get the right vibe ish. It ends up being in Santa Marta, or south of it at least, and we'll hop into round 4. In not an easy round, definitely feels like Europe though. It's Gen 2 as well. I'm thinking Spain maybe came to mind. Definitely could be Italy or France as well. I think I'm gonna go Spain here. And it does end up being Italy, so maybe we missed something on that one. We'll take a look in our review after this game. I think we're gonna get a lot of like suspicious accusations because there's probably just like a license plate there or something that was quite obvious. This looks like the US to me. Probably in this range here, one of these 7 states. Could be Nevada as well. But a bit hard to make a region guess here. I am thinking, I think it is Gen 4. It's hard to tell, though, especially in the grayscale, but I think it is Gen 4. And I think, like, Nevada seems reasonable. I think I'm just going to hedge Ogden here. And hedge for, like, all of this stuff up in here. I think Nevada would be my biggest lean just based off of what I'm looking at, but hard to see. Yeah, and it was just Nevada there. That's a good chunk of points. She could have just committed, and we maybe could have won there, but moving around 6, 2x. In Tasmania, I think we have a pole wrapping here. I don't know exactly if it's Tasmania, but certainly fits, so we'll try it. Does end up being Tas. Northeast of Launceston there. We'll move into round 7, 2.5x damage. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. This might be a bit hard to title. What is this? Is this Australia again? That was my first thought. Yeah, I guess so. I think the trees make sense as well as the road, but it could be ZA. Which is a big concern. And it was just New South Wales there, and is that going to be enough? It is. That's going to be GG. We pick up another win, which is kind of nice. We'll pick up 18 rating for it. Let's take a look at this Nevada round. Yeah, it certainly makes a lot of sense. Nevada here. And then what was the other round? This Italy round, of course. Hard to tell. I mean, I guess you can make out that that's double blue. But yeah, the houses certainly make sense for Italy, but I couldn't get a vibe for how dry or how not dry it was. And then this Colombia round makes a lot of sense. It's Gen 4 and I've gone Ecuador, so might be getting reported for that. But it happens. White plate on this van definitely doesn't help. But we do have a Colombian cross there that we couldn't see because it was blocked off. But yeah, I feel like we're going to have a lot of those incidents where I'm going to send a Gen 3 country on Gen 4 because I'm not going to be able to tell. But hopefully this video serves as evidence that I am not scripting or anything like that. And yeah, we'll wrap it up with one more game here. We'll see what our opponent is up to. And I'll see you guys when I find one. Alright, we get Centariet from Norway here at 1240. And we start off in a very ambiguous location. As we're only looking at a field, really. I think we're going to have to hedge most of Europe here. I think Italy is the appropriate hedge, regardless. Yeah, it's a bit hard for me to tell. We don't really have any buildings either. I could be very wrong. It just ended up being Greece, so I think my guess is valid considering I went one of the Mediterranean options, but definitely a bit of a tough one there. Round 2. No, guys, let me know if you like seeing this format, by the way. Okay, like, this is... it looks like nighttime coverage. Hard to tell. Is it... I know there's Argentinian nighttime coverage that exists, but is it just Mexico? Hard to tell. But I will just be sending San Luis Potosi. It does end up being Sonora there, but I think our opponent is closer in the US. Which is a bit tough, but it happens. Round 3. We'll hop into another round. Okay, this looks like the Philippines to me. We do have a lot of banana plants. These, like, hills here kind of fit for things that I've seen in Bohol or, like, Masbate Island, so yeah, we'll drop it in Bohol. Does end up being General Santos, so I guess that makes sense with the abundance of banana plants, but just wild banana plants like that is hard to place. You will get a lot of banana plantations in Mindanao, but we move into round 4. This looks super familiar. Is it New Zealand? That was my first thought. I don't know where to guess, though, in New Zealand. I don't think it's California, or... I guess it could be Australia as well. That certainly came to mind. I think I'm going to go New Zealand, but I don't know where to go. I'm just going to go Hamilton, I guess. And luckily we can't lose here. It does end up being Christchurch on the hill, which, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're looking at a bunch of flatness, and we're just up here. Yeah, I probably should be getting that, regardless of playing with checkerboard plus grayscale, but happens. Alright, that house looks quite Italian, but is it Italy? That mountain very much so does not look Italian. Is it Colombia then? Or something? Alright, we'll go Bogota. Doesn't end up being Spain, actually. That makes sense with the mountain, certainly. They end up going Bulgaria, fair enough, but we are even. Now, luckily we don't lose off of going wrong continent there, round 6, UX. In what looks like the US? Hard to say where. Architecture kind of reminds me of... What does it remind me of? I'm not sure. Like, do we have no fronts? My first thought was, like, one of these West Virginian pockets, but, like, this is probably, like, a terrible guess. Because it does seem quite flat in general. I'll just drop it in Ohio, then. Because I can't really get a vibe here in grayscale, but, like, this house kind of looks like Appalachian to me. So that's kind of why I'm going with the guess that I'm going with. And actually just ends up being northeastern Iowa there. But we do pick up some more points, which is nice. We'll hop in around 7, 2.5x damage now. And would help to have car here. Thought Turkey, I guess? Ugh. I hope it's Turkey. I really wish I could... Alright, well, I'm going Turkey, I think. Going somewhere here. Hopefully it's not Kazakhstan, and it's like Oshkomin or something, but hard to tell. I just noticed that we do have like some kind of car blur here, so I'm assuming it's like pickup truck of some kind. Nope. It lied to me. It was just Utah. He ends up going Russia, which makes sense. I would have to look at the location again, but round 8. 3.5, huge blur here. Okay, I see that we're growing a lot of tea here. So I am thinking of just sending Tinsukia here or something like that. We'll hedge a little bit, but okay, it was just Sikkim, but that's going to be enough. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tea being grown in Assam and like Sikkim and like this West Bengal area, so fair enough. We do pick up another win to end off the episode, which is nice. But how hard was this Utah? I don't think I'm going Utah here, personally. I actually like his guess more than I liked my guess. But NMPZ, this is kind of a diabolical Utah. I can definitely see the case for getting US here, but getting Utah, a little bit tough. Let's take a look at this northeastern Iowa. Yeah, certainly makes sense. We do have a Random hill here. Hard to see what that says. The hair depot. All right. Yeah. I mean, this makes sense certainly, but very hard. And then the Spain. Yeah, it makes sense with this house and the fence. Seeing it like not in grayscale definitely makes it like, oh yeah, I would have gotten that if it's not grayscale. But yeah, a little tough. Well, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.